It's a whole new approach.
It's a new approach. Yeah, that is new, and it's just started now.
Fine-tuning and tailoring the report to suit the needs of the people is now the key assignment of local authorities and stakeholders, and with government moving to ensure that the country remains safe from the effects of land degradation, climate change and bioloss, this is just the opportunity for communities to identify their environmental concerns for vital implementation. Ibrahim Jata, GRTS.
The National Youth Council is set to send over 40 young people on attachment to different institutions in the country. The move, which forms part of the Council's holiday job and volunteerism project, is happening for the second time. Mamadou Lamin Sisi reports the initiative is designed to galvanize accelerated youth participation in national development through meaningful ventures.
Engine of national development. This is because of the exuberance which comes with youthfulness. However the stage makes or mars one's life. Those that are well aware of such realities work tooth and nail to move mountains. However, for those that lack enough enlightenment, the reverse is the case. The National Youth Council, aware of this, is continuing its pursuit for a vibrant youth population fully prepared to take up the future leadership of this country. The Holiday Job and Volunteerism Project is one such idea conceived to end the growing trend of what officials took to be either lassitude or excessive time wastage among young people. The scheme is to engage students passed out of senior schools and those attending tertiary institutions in temporary holiday attachments relevant to their areas of interest.
It is during the summer holiday that almost every other Saturday, a young person will tell you that I'm invited to ebe. A young person will tell you I'm invited to a birthday party. A young person will tell you I've been invited to a big picnic and all that. So we thought there should be something more meaningful that young people should do. And it was then that we came up with the idea to get young people involved in something meaningful during the summer holiday.
The project is to run for a period of 1 month, and according to the NYC boss, it is an ambitious undertaking that has the potential of vindicating young people from the many issues in the center of which they find themselves. He, however, urged them to be good ambassadors of the council.
So you could see that we have a lot of work to do. And in the same way, these young people as well have got a lot to do. In as much as we have a responsibility to convince the institutions to help us sustain this project, you've equally got a colossal task to do, because we are not going to the institutions. You will be going there, and if they are impressed with your work, then they will be more than willing to help us take more young people in the subsequent years.
40 out of over 100 applicants have been accepted. In the coming days, they will be joining their institutions of interest. The holiday job, in the words of the youth minister, is one of the many activities which could be designed to prepare young people for the many emerging challenges affecting their development.
I'm looking at initiatives like Bob a Job. Bob a Job has been here. People who are older than us in the public and private sector knows what these are. The older generation will know. Holiday Job even have been an institutions in our an initiative previously in our institutions here. We hope this persistent from the ministry, from the Youth Council will rekindle that interest again.
According to the National Youth Policy, youth empowerment is a collective responsibility. Private and public institutions all have a stake. Although the response of institutions to the Holiday Job initiative is not all that promising to the Youth Council, RVTH have been consistent partners. So why is their stance so positive?
It's fitting and better for us to expose them to all these training opportunities that are available, so that during their school, because they are still going to school, so when they come and have a brief attachment at the hospital, they will try to select from the training programs that are available in the hospital. Then they will try to nurture themselves, train themselves to make sure that they improve in their education.
The beneficiaries are elated, most of them confident and assertive that their month-long engagement will be fruitful to their future careers.
The first time I remember I applied for it, but they told us that all of the medical institutions reply, so we should wait for the next time. So I was not discouraged, and then I waited for this time around also, and when I applied for it, I was successful this time, so I'm very impressed.
The Holiday Job and Volunteerism Project seems to instill into young people that the time to waste doesn't just exist. While it may free grade 12 students of the confusion over what to engage in just after grade 12, It serves as an experience fetching ground for university students who will soon be bound for the labor market seeking jobs. However, according to council officials, the project can only make substantial gains when partners increase their participation. Modula Mensise, Grts News.
The World's Midwifery 2011 report has been launched jointly by the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare and the United Nations Population Fund. The document provides information on the state of midwifery services in 58 countries, including the Gambia, and is the fruit of the collaborative efforts of 30 partner institutions. Ajami Sise was at the forum where the need for additional midwifery services was highlighted, and this is her report.
Governments are working tirelessly to attain these globally recognized development targets. The most prominent among these being 4, 5, and 6, that is, child mortality reduction, maternal health improvement, and the combating of AIDS, TB, and malaria. As such, the health sector, in its ever multifaceted stance, is taking various strides to cover a considerable phase of the set MDGs.
Achieving the MDGs, therefore, requires strong commitment at global, national, and local levels with the full participation of individuals, families, and communities. Equally and importantly, the availability of adequate numbers of well-educated and motivated midwives is very important.
Recent developments have contributed to a steady decrease in maternal mortality, which is attributable to the government's stride in providing maternal and child health services in state-run health facilities free of charge. This has reportedly made the Gambia to be ahead of 10 West African countries by having 5 midwives per 1,000 live births. The role midwives play in the functioning of the health sector, as well as the features of the state of midwifery in 58 countries, is highlighted in the State of the World's Midwifery Report, which was launched today.
Midwives are pivotal in the reduction of maternal mortality and infant mortality. You can assist in changing the awful statistics, collaborate with all stakeholders, and communicate to expand the coverage of the available services that make effective intervention to reach all women.
360,000 women die annually as a result of pregnancy or pregnancy-related situations. This accounts for 2 million child deaths every day and 1,000 maternal mortality every 24 hours. Measures to curb these alarming figures were also key in the deliberations.
Indeed, if all pregnant women had access to antenatal care and well-equipped basic emergency obstetric and neonatal care facilities managed by health workers with midwifery skills, we can avoid easily 2/3 of all maternal deaths, and we can avoid half of stillbirths and 60% of the deaths of newborn.
As the United Nations Global Strategy for Women and Girls is in line with the report, it is deemed a logical step in the drive to improving maternal and child health. The death of 2 million babies every day is a worrisome situation that requires additional midwifery services and reinforcement by governments the world over. For Grts News, I am Ajami Sise.
The Gambia Immigration Department has taken delivery of office equipment donated by Germany's Immigration Police. Fatou Jassi tells us more about the development, as well as the passing out ceremony of 17 immigration personnel who underwent intensive French classes.
One of their employees, Rodiga Lepkuka, donated office equipment including 25 computers, office desks, 10 printers, 4 roller containers, among others, to the Gambia Immigration Department. For over a decade, the German immigration and their Gambian counterparts have been enjoying sisterly ties, with both officials expect will grow from strength to strength.
You know, in our time, IT equipment is very necessary to make a good job. In each office you find computers, and so we hand over this IT equipment.
As an institution dealing with people and border issues, these items are expected to enhance their work, especially at the ICT department. The arrival of the ICT equipment also coincides with the passing out of 17 immigration personnel who went under intensive 3 weeks basic French courses. Officers from various frontiers is meant to develop their ability to communicate in the French language.
ECOWAS is trying to advocate that the integrated management system, whereby if it works, is Gambia and Senegal. that we are going to have